Welcome back to another edition of All Chiefed Up, where we do Kansas City Chiefs news, analysis, and more. Today we're going to break down some pretty plays by Travis Kelce and Mecole Hardman. But first, we're going to get on this offensive line subject here. Everybody's been dogging this offensive line still, and we're going to watch some plays and talk about that because they're not that bad, guys. They're actually good.
Hey, I'm kind of guilty of that. Our initial reaction video, I was watching the game, I was tweeting. I even made the comment, OBJ is getting hard to defend.
Hey, I almost gave you crap about that. I almost went on there and deleted it. I was like, I can't have this on this account.
Well, the only reason I said it is because in the moment, it looked like he was struggling. And there was one play where he did struggle. He kind of lets Chandler Jones's blow right by him, which again, we talked about it. He does struggle a little bit with speed rushers. But Orlando Brown actually played good, guys. 50 out of 52 dropbacks. And he defended 50 out of 52. He let up one sack, and he had two pressures given up. He beat Chandler Jones or Crosby, whoever he went against in that particular play. 96% of the time was a win for Orlando Brown Jr. I think we got to start giving this guy a little bit of credit. We even got chief content creators on the YouTube, and they're out here like slandering this guy, and I don't get it. Like, I get that you guys are trying to appease the people that don't want to watch the film. But, guys, we got to stop. You got to give this guy some credit. He's earning that paycheck. It doesn't look like it in the moment, but he's doing it when you go back and rewatch it.
It's just because he's highly scrutinized every time he has one bad play. When he has one bad play, everyone freaks out and acts like he has a terrible game. But like you mentioned off camera, the people that don't like OBJ and they think that he shouldn't be paid are people that don't actually watch the game. Like, they're just on Twitter parroting what everyone else on Twitter says. But yeah, we're going to watch some of these plays here. Mike, why don't you give us that nice run block, because he is a road grader.
So we already talked about how good he is in the pass blocking today. He was 96% on that. On the running side, he's just as crazy, if not better. On this play we're going to watch, McKinnon gets the ball, goes up the left side, and OBJ blows up a giant hole. He gets out in front of him. He eyes down a safety. You're going to see him eye the safety, and he goes and finds him like a bullet and just pancakes this dude in the next week. And, of course, McKinnon runs hard, picks up, 20, 30. That was a big play in the game because that set the tone there in the second quarter when we needed to score. And Orlando Brown Jr. set that play up. That was a monster play.
Yeah, I mean, that's the play that kind of turned the tide of the game, really. People's been talking about that all week. Oh, when Jarrett McKinnon came in and, made that crazy run, it really – turned everything around. That whole play couldn't have been possible without Orlando Brown doing what he did.
100%. Orlando Brown is taking a lot of heat right now. As you said, it's a lot of people seeing one, they seen the whiff block on Chandler Jones early, and then that's all it took, and everybody was on him the entire game. Against the Colts, he gets stepped on by Jody Fortson. He falls down, and everybody says, oh, my God, he's horrible. But you guys aren't really digging in. Go back and watch it. I've watched this game now 3 times in 3 days, specifically watching Orlando Brown Jr. And, guys, he looks good. You've got to start giving him credit. He doesn't look that bad. Again, this was only like his 21st start at left tackle ever. Like, this dude is going to get paid by Brett Veach. And when he does, you guys are going to be rolling and crying. And we're just trying to give you a heads up. He ain't playing that bad. Like, we will call him out if he sucks. On that Chandler Jones play, he whiffed him bad. That was a horrible play. But he learned. He learned from it, and he come back. He won 50 out of 52 possible pass attempts. That's tough to do, man. I don't care who you are going against Chandler Jones.
Right. And Orlando Brown, its death knell the whole time has been speed rushers. And the fact that he only let Chandler Jones really get around him that one time to get that sack, I mean, that's a win. Because if you win, 99% of your snaps, or in his case, what was it, 96%?
96.
If you win 96% of your snaps, that is ridiculously good. I'm sorry, I don't care who that is. Now, we heard no one complaining about Andrew Wiley. Andrew Wiley actually got whooped up pretty good by Max Crosby a few times. But, I mean, overall, he had a pretty good game as well. Because when you're facing guys like Max Crosby, he's going to win some snaps. Just that's all there is to it.
Right. So both of these guys looked pretty good. Wiley struggled early, the same way OBJ did, but he did get it together. I'm actually going to show one more play before we get to Wiley really quick. And this one is an Orlando Brown block where he pushes to the outside. Joe Thuney actually comes over to help him and chips Chandler Jones, and he actually chips Chandler Jones by Orlando Brown and creates the pressure. So Brown got, railed at for that one, and he didn't even do it. Like, that was Joe Tooney's problem. But yeah, back to Wiley. Wiley looked so in the first half. Max Crosby is a handful. He's a handful. That's enough said. But I actually went back and rewatched the film today. Wiley didn't do too bad. On 52 dropbacks, he had 45 wins out of 52, 87%. That's 9 percentage points lower than OBJ. But at the same time, 7 pressures, both sacks come in the first. So 7 pressures, 2 sacks. Max Crosby, man, it's tough, but at the same time, 87% win rate against Max Crosby is pretty good. And in the second half, he held up like really good. I think he only allowed 3 pressures in the second half, and 2 of those was Mahomes getting out of the pocket too quick and rolling to his side.
Right, and you have to think about it. Andrew Wiley's somebody that we didn't even know if he was going to be a starting tackle. He stepped in and he's actually done pretty exceptional. But we were all looking for who was going to be the starting right tackle all offseason. Uh, a lot of us thought that he wouldn't be it, and sure enough, he got it, and he's took advantage of it. I think he's played well.
The offensive line actually looked pretty good today, Wiley included. He did get beat 13% of his plays, but some of that was Mahomes getting outside the pocket. Again, Orlando Brown looked really good. Thought Allegretti done a pretty good job filling in for Trey Smith and his pectoral issue. Maybe he'll get back soon. But guys, when it's all said and done, the offensive line did not look that bad. We've got to start giving them credit. These other content creators have to lay off. I know that it gets you some nice clicks to just go with the crowd, but these guys deserve to be talked about in a positive light. They're raising hell out there, and it's showing. We look good.
All right, guys, if you want to show Orlando Brown Jr. some love because he's been getting a lot of hate, make sure to smash that like button right now because he's doing a pretty good job getting a lot of crap. So hit that like button, and we're going to move on to a beautiful play here. Patrick Mahomes to Mecole Hardman. A good gain here. Mike, you want to break that play down for us a little bit, and we'll roll the tape.
Yeah, I will. The Chiefs had the ball there on the 45-yard line, needing to score. They set up. They get a nice pocket here. You see a really good play by Wiley, actually. Mahomes steps up in the pocket. The play takes a little while to develop. You're going to notice that Kelce's up on the left side, and he gets completely walloped. I don't know who it was that got him, but he just knocks him completely out of the play. Juju runs like a little in route. He gets rid of some of the defenders. And then you're going to see Miko and MVS. And Miko runs this little fake, like inside post play and then cuts back towards the sideline. And Mahomes just puts it on him like a dart, man. And Miko goes up, makes a catch. Man, Miko looked good the other night, Steve. Miko impressed me, and that was coming off a heel injury. It's nice to see maybe him and Mahomes developing a little bit of chemistry finally. Miko needs to build on this one.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this was the best game he's played by far, I think. But yeah, you'll see in that play there. I think what really done it was that late cross without his Scantling. Um, Kind of, it wasn't a pick play or anything like that. No one hit each other, but it was just enough to slow up the cornerback. And Mecole made a really good move there and just, got open. And it's a good pass from Mahomes. But yeah, I'd love to see more stuff like that. I mean, that's good, 25, 30-yard play, just like that, man. It looked easy, pitch and catch. So, yeah, definitely more stuff like that. Let's move on to what could be possibly the best offensive play of the night, in my opinion, which is Travis Kelce scoring one of his 4 touchdowns.
Not for sure. This may be the third one.
This was probably the most yardage that he got out of the whole game was off of this play. 3 stiff arms. Man, Kelce's on another level. I'm so sick of the Mark Andrews crowd. Like, you know what they remind me of? The Robert Tonyan crowd from 2 years ago.
Dude.
Or, it's always somebody that's better than Kelce that disappears in 2 years.
It's the same with everybody on the Chiefs. When Tyreek was here, he wasn't a top 5 receiver. Mahomes does all this. He's not the best quarterback. It's Josh Allen. It's Joe Burrow. Kelce, it's not the best. It's Kittle. It's Mark Andrews. Like, they do not give any Chiefs player credit for anything. It's so annoying. Well, let's get into this play really quick. So you're going to see us. We're about on the 8-yard line here. The play, it starts off just looking like whatever. There's a good pocket again. Mahomes kind of scrambles. He gets out of the pocket. He rolls to the right a little bit. He finds Kelce coming across the middle. Of course, like you said, he throws a few stiff arms, gets right into it. So the play right off the rip is going to be set up by the 2 players on the outside. I will put some circles over them. It's basically 2 pick plays right here. You've got Miko coming in, and he tries to hit the linebacker, it gets in Kelce's way, and he doesn't exactly chip him hard enough because probably would have got called. But anyway, the dude just flat out tries to tackle Kelce in the middle of the field, which is complete pass interference. There's a difference between hitting him inside of 5 yards or leaving your feet and launching to tackle him inside of 5 yards. Totally missed. But anyways, yeah, Kelce goes ahead and makes the play. Mahomes extended it, puts that stiff arm on him, gets in the end zone. That stiff arm was nasty, dude. And then, yeah, at the bottom of the screen, you had another slight pick play. I think looked like maybe MVS or Juju, one of the two, was getting ready to cut to the sideline. And I watched it a few times. I don't know if it was actually supposed to be a pick play by Sky Moore or if Sky Moore just couldn't get off. But either way, he got jammed up really hard, so it got blown up. So yeah, there wasn't a lot there for Mahomes. That's why he had to create. And Kelce done a good job getting there, man, because it was definite. Should have been a holding at the least, a defensive holding call.
Yeah, and Mahomes to Kelce is probably the best connection, maybe of all time in football. I don't care what people say; they're up there towards the top. They have to be. And if you agree with that, smash that like button right now. All right, Chiefs Kingdom, thanks for liking, subscribing, hitting that bell. If you didn't catch our video from yesterday, make sure to click it right now. We talk about all the ridiculous roughing the passer calls and how the NFL has gone soft. Also, do we agree with what Troy Aikman had to say? Be back tomorrow where we give our top 5 keys on how to beat the Buffalo Bills this weekend. There goes a sight from my soul.